Ever wondered why your JMeter tests run perfectly until suddenly they don't? The truth is your machine can't handle everything alone. So welcome everyone. Today I will show you how to supercharge your load test across multiple machines using distributed testing in JMeter step by step even if you are a beginner. So let's start. So we will discuss the following topics in this video. We will discuss why do you need distributed testing, what are the key terminologies, and what is the high level architecture of distributed testing. Then we will discuss about prerequisite. We will also discuss how to do it. And at last, as a bonus point, we will discuss the common errors and common fixes, what you can do, and you can, boom and excel in your career. So to start with, what is distributed testing? So distributed testing is basically it allows you to execute a performance test using multiple machines to stimulate a large number of users. It helps you overcome the limitation of single machine. So let me explain you. It's very simple. So just imagine you work for a company. For example, you work for Hotstar. And in Disney Hotstar, for example, you are doing load testing for probably a cricket match, an IPL, which is streaming live. And you want to test if your system can support 10 million users or not. Okay, that's a good thing. I will test. But when you go and when you test, when you generate 10 million loads from your system, do you think your system can handle 10 million loads and you can actually test your performance and you can test your Hotstar app? Absolutely not. You cannot. Because if you generate 10 million load on a single computer, do you think, you just imagine the amount of heat it is generating and the system will crash definitely, right? So to overcome that situation, even not 10 million is a very big number. I will just tell you, if you are generating 1 lakh load or let's say 1.5 lakh load also, it will be a huge, nightmare for your computer. So you will not want that. So how do you solve that problem? Surprisingly, we have this concept of distributed testing in JMeter, which allows you to use multiple computers and connect everything in sync so that every computer together can generate a load of 10 million. So let's say one computer can support a load of 50,000. Okay, so I will have 20 computers like that connected in series, and I will tell that each computer will generate 50,000 users of load, and everyone will connect and generate in total 10 million of loads. All right, so this is the entire concept of distributed testing in JMeter. Why do you need it? The same example, you stimulate 10,000 user, one computer will likely crash and together they will share the load. So we have discussed what is distributed testing and why do we need it. Let's go ahead, and before starting how to do it, let's just understand few key terminologies which will help you in your entire journey. So the first terminology is the master, the controller machine that initiates the test. So basically, distributed testing is all about master and slave concept. So you will have one master computer and multiple slave computers. For example, you were generating 10 million loads and you were having how much? You were having 20 computers. All right. So to have that 20 computer, one we will have the master and the other 19 will be your slave. So master, what it will do, it will just tell the other computers that generate this amount of load, and it will collect all the outputs from the 19 computers and it will compile it in a single source, and then it will give you the final result. So this is the concept of master computer. And what is the concept of slave computer? The slave computers are the ones which are working, which are actually doing the performance testing. All right. Client, it is also referred to master in sometimes in many documents. So it's an alternate term. You can use it alternatively. JMeter server agent, it runs on all slaves machine. Okay, JMeter GUI and non-GUI mode, it's basically if you are running in a graphical interface mode, it will consume lots of memory. You will not want that. So you will want, it's a non-GUI mode, right? It's a non-graphical user interface mode so that it doesn't consume lot of memory and space, and you are able to generate more load on in the given same resources, right? All right, I hope this part is clear. If you have any doubts still here, you can come down to the comment section and you can comment your doubts. I reply to every comment, so don't worry. Okay, let's move ahead and let's talk about the high level architecture. Now we are going little bit technical, but don't worry, it's not very complex or very difficult. It's very simple to understand. This is the concept which we have already learned just right now. I told you what is a master computer and I told you what is a slave computer. It's the same thing, it's just depicted in a pictorial graph. So master computer, what it will say, for example, this slave 1 computer, this can generate 50,000 of load, and this slave 2 computer, this can also generate 50,000 of load. So what master will do? Master will go to slave 1 and master will say to slave 1 that generate 50,000 load, and master will say to slave 2 that you also generate 50,000 load. Then after generating that 50,000 load, it will collect the output from slave 2, and after generating 50,000 load from slave 1, it will collect the output from slave 1, and it will compile it and it will give you to the final plan, which is to give you to the final user, which is you. All right, this is the entire simple architecture. Okay, now what are the prerequisites? It's very important, you should take a note of it. It's super important. So on all machines, the Java version should be same, and the JMeter version which is installed, it should be also same. So both of the versions should be same on all the slave computers. Then only your all system will be in sync. All machines connected on same network or VPN. So either you are in a same network or a same Wi-Fi, or you all are using the same VPN. So basically same network is very important. And the third point, the antivirus firewall should allow port 1099. So 1099 is the port which is used for the communication between different computers. So 1099 port should be free. If there is any task running in 1099 port, you need to kill that task. Okay, I need to make that free as well. All right, let's move ahead and let's now finally learn how to do it. Unfortunately, I don't have multiple systems with me. I am right now, I cannot show you how to do it in master and slave 1 and slave 2, but I can show you the commands. If at all you are using 2-3 systems with you, or you have your friend which can give you you can borrow the system from someone, you can just follow this simple step, simple commands, and then your system will be up and running. On master machine, what you need to do, consider your system is the master and you have collected 2 more system, which is your slave 1 and slave 2. So on master machine, what you will do, you will run this command. Basically you will open the JMeter properties and you will edit the properties. The same, you just need to run the same command, properties, open the property file and edit the property file. In property file, you need to add the IP address of slave 1 and slave 2 computer. This is important. So you write remote underscore hosts is equal to IP of slave 1, the IP address 92.132. something like this, and the IP comma IP of slave 2. That's it, and save this property file. Now what you will do, you will start your slave machine and you will open the terminal and you will run the JMeter server. All right, and start the test from JMeter. Now JMeter -n-t your test.jmeter-r. I will explain you what are everything. First of all, you need to replace your test.jmx with the exact JMX file which you are having in your master system. All right, -n-t and -r. -n means you are doing it in a non-GUI mode. It is important that you do it in a non-GUI mode because if you do it in GUI mode, it will consume a lot of memory and a lot of CPU, which you don't want to generate so much of load. Okay, /t, it is a path to your test plan where your test plan is saved. -r is run on remote server listed in remote host. I know what you need to do, you cannot have your JMX file or the running server part in a single local system. If you have it in the master local system, the other slave machines will not be able to access it. So you need to run this in a remote server. So here comes a very important interview question as well, that how do you run your JMeter master slave concept. So you need to have a remote server to do that, and without remote server locally you cannot do it. Okay, all right, this is it. You will be able to do it after this. If you have any doubt, you feel free to reach out. I will definitely reply to your comments. The next is common errors and fixes. What are the common errors? Slave not reachable, firewall or network issue. If you are connected in two different network, obviously slave will not be reachable. No data collected, test plan not distributed correctly, and the version mismatch, which says the different JMeter version. So these three are the most common error. If you face any of these three error, you can check out the fixes, allow ports, avoid GUI elements, and install the same version everywhere. Alright, and the last, not the least, the best practices, what you need to do is run in non-GUI mode for higher performance. I already explained you why you need non-GUI mode, because you need your CPU to be free so that they can generate that load. You can use Grafana or InfluxDB together to monitor the system. Use CSV dataset config carefully to avoid data collision. This we have already discussed in our previous video where I have told you how to use CSV data config. So you need to set the data very correctly so that there is no data collision. Alright. And the last, ensure test script is stateless and don't rely on local files. This is the just exact point we were discussing. Your test data script or the JMeter should, the script should not be local, so that other slave machines could not access it. It should be in the cloud so that everyone can access it and have it running. Alright, so this was it for this video. I hope you have learned something, and it is very important for interview perspective. Even if you are doing it practically, you might have understood. If not, you can come down to the comment section any day. Until then, I will see you in the next video where we will discuss more advanced topic in JMeter. And yes, bye bye, take care.